It's been a pretty long time since I've made a video, hasn't it? It's been like 4 months, that's crazy. There's a mix of reasons why it's been so long. I've had a lot going on recently, school just started on top of other stuff, and to be honest, making YouTube videos just hasn't been something I was worried about. I also want to put a lot more time into the videos I make to make sure I like the finished product, and I've just been thinking about where I want to go with this channel overall. I don't want to keep going down the path that I started when I made this channel at like 12 or 13 years old. I want to start doing different stuff, which is hard when you've already based your entire channel off of something in particular. I mean, it's not like I'm big at all, so I guess I'm still at a point where I can change things up. I just don't get as excited about making the same type of videos as I used to. I want to mature the channel and make it reflect me better. It is named after me instead of being called Cinema Hero now anyways. Plus, I just kind of want to break away from the, not fanfiction, but cinematic universe side of YouTube, I guess. I just want to make a channel that I'll be proud to show people, instead of wanting to go back in time and make my dad wear a condom every time someone finds out I make superhero videos on YouTube. Today, I am not pitching SpiderMan 4. Well, not really. You see, I just needed to get a video out since I haven't dropped one in like 4 months, so while I'm making all those videos that I'm taking my time on, including my full SpiderMan 4 pitch, I just decided to get this thing out really quickly. Today, I'm going to be going over how I think MCU Spider-Man College Trilogy should look, how I think the MCU Spider-Man College Trilogy should look, taking absolutely nothing from the current rumors of where Spider-Man 4 is going to go. My full Spider-Man 4 pitch video will be going off those rumors. So yeah, this video is going to be pretty short and not really that in-depth. It's really just made to be a reminder that I'm not dead and videos will actually be posted eventually. That's why I never announced this. And one last thing before I start. Stop asking when the Beyondverse is going to return and when things are going to release. I've explained this like countless times already. I'm glad that y'all care enough to keep asking, but it's redundant to complain about how I never meet release dates and then immediately ask for release dates. Alright, into the video now. In my ideal world, Spider-Man 4 would be titled SpiderMan Graduation. This would release before Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars, so Peter wouldn't have the symbiote suit, and we don't have to deal with the ramifications of either of those movies. This would just be a simple, street-level story with Spider-Man and Daredevil teaming up to take down Kingpin after he wins the election and becomes mayor of New York. So it's really just the basic fan-made plot you've 100% seen people talking about. SpiderMan Graduation would be an adaptation of Devil's Reign and feature Wilson Fisk outlawing vigilantes in New York, sending several superpowered enemies to take out Spider-Man after he refuses to give in. This would include Scorpion, the main physical antagonist of the movie, Shocker, and Alistair Smythe. Peter attends Empire State University and shuts everyone out, spending more time as Spider-Man than Peter Parker. His love interest in this movie is Black Cat, not played by Sydney Sweeney because that's a god-awful casting, and by the end, Black Cat is revealed to just be a pawn working for Kingpin. Harry Osborn would also be a major character in this as a friend of Peter's from ESU, and the fact that he has the last name of Osborn generates a big red flag for Peter, forcing him to remember the Green Goblin. Spider-Man and Daredevil defeat Fisk by the end of the movie, and I don't know what else to say. I mean, I didn't really put a lot of thought into this one. The next part in this college trilogy would be Spider-Man 5, aka SpiderMan Separation. This would take place after Avengers Secret Wars and follow Peter Parker with his symbiote suit. This would be the film where we introduce Ned and MJ, and the main villain would be Hobgoblin. Throughout the movie, Peter attempts to get Ned and MJ to remember who he is, and we're led on to believe that Ned might be the Hobgoblin. But Roderick Kingsley is also a character in this, so there's kind of a mystery on who the real Hobgoblin truly is. Ned Leeds, Roderick Kingsley, or Harry Osborn, Peter's main suspect. By the end, it turns out that none of them are the Hobgoblin, and the true identity actually belongs to Phil Urich, one of Peter's friends at Empire State University. Because Ned being the Hobgoblin would be incredibly stupid, his character in the MCU wouldn't fit that at all, and he was never actually Hobgoblin in the comics. He was just mind-controlled for a bit. Prowler would also be a villain in this movie, whose inclusion introduces Miles Morales. By the end, Peter takes off the symbiote and defeats both Hobgoblin and the Prowler. He isn't able to get Ned and MJ to remember him, and must accept to welcome them into the life of the new Peter Parker. In order to make amends, what the fuck make amends? I mean memories. In order to make new memories with them, instead of holding on to the old ones. In the credits scene, let's redo that. In order to make new memories with them instead of holding on to the old ones. In the credits scene, Miles would get bit by another radioactive spider through the power of some plot device that I honestly just don't want to come up with right now. The final movie in the MCU Spider-Man College Trilogy is SpiderMan 6, titled SpiderMan Generation. This movie follows Peter finally opening up and becoming happy once again, ridding himself of the troubles from being alone and having the symbiote, and finding his new family in MJ, Harry, Ned, and Miles. It turns out that after Peter got rid of the symbiote, it made its way to Matt Gargan, who becomes Venom and uses his newfound power to break out of Ravencroft. As Venom, Matt Gargan builds the Sinister Six to take out Spider-Man for good, consisting of him, Shocker, Black Cat, Hobgoblin, Vulture, and Mysterio, who is finally revealed to still be alive. Peter and Miles team up to fight the Sinister Six, and Peter is forced to face all the trauma and bad memories from his past, especially after learning that Mysterio is still alive. By the end, Vulture turns against Venom and the Sinister Six, and joins forces with the two Spider-Men, helping them take down the rest of the villains. And I think that's about it. Yes, that's pretty much the end of the video. I told y'all it would be short and not as eventful as other stuff I have planned, which I do. I do have a lot of stuff planned, including the return of the Beyondverse and some actual in-depth pitches for future MCU projects. I probably shouldn't talk about my plans further than that though, because people will just ask when it's gonna happen, and it's still gonna be a little bit. I know it sucks, and I'm sorry, but we're all just gonna have to deal with that. Other than that, I don't really have much else to say. If you enjoyed the video and want to see more, I would really appreciate y'all subscribing. And if you want to support me further, you can join the Patreon to see early and exclusive videos, including a link to my OnlyFans.